Thank you, Dr. Shinde. Thank you very much, Rajendra. It's a great pleasure for me to be here, and pleasure also to join other very prominent people who are connected on in this discussion. Special thanks to Dr. Zhang, Dr. Shen, and Ms. Wen, who's in Beijing. You said you are the SCCN hub representative in China, and everybody else. Really a pleasure for me to be here on this Earth Day. It's a relevant day to do something that we all can be proud of and take it forward for the benefit of not just the Earth that we live, the planet, but humanity as a whole. Now, here is something that we all know. We are living through extremely troubling times geopolitically everywhere, no matter where you look. Things are extremely uncertain, paradoxical, difficult to understand what is happening, why there is such a disastrous environment around us. So there can be many reasons, there are many analyses about it, but one basic fact remains is about how we educate, train, and build capacity of our human capital. Because without humans, without you and I, who are connected here virtually, wish it could have been in person, without humans, nothing will exist. We are the ones who are responsible for our own livelihood, our environment, our connections, our partnerships, socially, from a community point of view, regionally, nationally, and globally, everywhere. So it all comes down to this single entity, which is individual human being, you and I. Now, how do we get to do what is needed, what is better for humanity collectively? That cannot happen in isolation or in a vacuum. So that human capital, as Dr. Shinde very clearly and very forcefully pointed out, has to happen through education, through community building, through capacity building. And I am a very, very strong believer in education, because none of the things that we talk about, peace, security, human development, economic well-being, integration, none of that can happen if we do not have a proper education at the fundamental level. And at the fundamental level, the education has to start with respect. Respect of each other's boundaries, each other's wishes, aspirations, fears also, and differences. We need to be fully aware of those, because we are not all the same. We have differences. We live in different societies. We come from different backgrounds. We need to have a good understanding of all of that. So that is extremely very, very important. So therefore, those of us who have the opportunity and, more importantly, the responsibility and obligation in the education environment to make sure that we impart, we build systems and programs of education that will shape the future generations. And what it is now, what is being called for, is about environmental integrity. From the time of human existence, the way we have lived, the way we have consumed, the way we have extracted resources to fuel the energy needs of our economic development, we call it, whether it is development or not, that is debatable. We need to change that mindset. And that change is already happening. And China is absolutely way, way ahead compared to any country in the world in driving the change and transformation to renewable, sustainable sources of energy and survival. Whenever I visit China, it is amazing and incredibly inspiring to see how cities, towns, communities have reshaped, have changed. In India, right now where I am, we still have a long way to go to catch up with that trajectory, but China has done it and is already making very fast inroads to globalize their experience. And again, we come back to the central point of our discussion is through education. And at the campuses, at the schools, and I go to many schools and universities, talk to students, we need to make sure that they have this understanding of our natural resources, our environmental integrity, how to protect it, how to use it, how to source our needs of energy through cleaner, greener, sustainable sources. And that has to be done at almost at the beginning, from the day the child goes to the kindergarten, rising up to the universities, and only at that level, once that is done, that human capital, when it is out in the real world, they will do the right thing without having to think, without having to study. They will do it naturally. And that's the change we need to bring about. And it's really encouraging, inspiring that this MOU that you're signing today between the Smart Cloud Campus Network and the Operation Earth. As Dr. Shinde already mentioned, it's not just an MOU, it's not a paper, it's not a signature, it's the will to commit to do the right thing and become the hub, the node from where to expand and accelerate and disperse this experience, this knowledge to others in China and beyond China. We are doing what we can in India, but everywhere else that needs to happen. And just on a lighter note, the most important change and education that needs to happen is in the White House right now, with someone called Mr. Trump. So I'll stop there. And back to you, Dr. Shinde, and I would be delighted to hear from our colleagues from the Chinese academic world.